Big time combos about issues facing singles today. It's the TBD podcast. Welcome back, everybody. This is TBD, To Be Determined podcast. And we're back for another episode. Isaiah, Shannon, Brian. And, you know, here's the deal, right? I normally have an order, and I'm going to stick to the order, okay? The script that we formulated, how this podcast goes. But I just want to say a quick thank you. This isn't like a thankfulness episode, but I know that's coming up soon. But I just want to say thank you guys for actually letting me be a part of this project.
Oh, wow.
It's been good so far.
It's
I
been
said,
really
it's like,
good.
where are you going with this? Get back on script. But I'm just saying.
I'm like, whoa.
It popped into my head. And I was just like, you know
That's
what?
the spirit.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Brian.
And even with all the episodes we've done so far, it still hasn't been determined yet. I don't know. I don't really know what we're determining at this point. But to get back on track, okay, To Be Determined podcast, where we talk about issues that are hitting Christian singles, especially when it comes to relationships, when it comes to, you know, in some aspects, dealing with the opposite sex. And we'll get into other stuff as well, as far as like careers and just your Christian walk as a whole, as a Christian single. But before we do, let me let you know a couple of ways you can get in contact with us. First and foremost, you can always leave a comment on whatever social media platform you can find us on. Right now, you're probably watching us on YouTube. So, you know, drop a comment down in the actual comment section. Engagement is everything. Or you can find us on Instagram or Facebook. And you can even send us an email, tbdjax@gmail.com, tbdjax@gmail.com. And then also, let me get the phone number. I'm ready already. The phone number to leave us an actual voicemail, because nobody's actually going to pick up when you call.
No.
But we definitely want to hear some voicemails as well. 904-513-8597. 904-513-8597.
Why does that feel extra long?
Well, because I did the number back to back, and then I slowed it down the second time. Yeah, that's what I did. Yes,
I guess I got to pay attention.
when it starts with the 9 again, I'm doing it the second time. Don't punch in, what would that be, 20 numbers. All right, because that won't work at all. All right.
Oh, but may I interject?
Yes.
You're making it longer.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm just saying Shannon actually prays over every male inquiry. Every guy.
Stop lying. Did
Shannon,
the Spirit
if
tell
a
you
man-
to say that?
So if
Anytime anybody lied in the Bible.
Shannon, so you
What?
tell me if a guy would send a message, hey, I think you're beautiful, I would like to get to know you. You want to pray over that? Ooh.
Go ahead, Brian.
Tell the truth, shame the devil, as my grandmama
You
would
don't need to
say.
be telling everybody that, though.
I won't-
These crazy people. What if there's
Shannon.
a stalker?
I want you.
Put my
I'm
business out
on
on the
your
street.
team, Shannon. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one.
Me too. Well, no, I don't feel like you're on my team. I feel like I'm alone sometimes on my team, but Jesus is on my team. So
Okay.
God is for us. Who can be against
Listen,
us?
and ladies, if you think Isaiah is a beautiful specimen of a man, he will
With
start
all
doing
of
the
it, look
same.
at this. Like, yeah.
He'll start
like,
doing the same. He's fashionable. He
look
just
at
did a
this.
modeling
He's got the
shoot this
print.
week,
Yeah,
right?
No.
You can find him on Instagram too. It's Holla at Your Boy. Mm-hmm.
Shannon.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
You should have kept it out your mouth. So now, you know what we should do? We should start linking to Isaiah's Instagram.
Holy smokes.
Don't start nothing. Won't be nothing. Can we link to your Instagram too?
Yeah, you can, because I'm putting it on there. So
that's
how
fair.
about that?
Well, but
Okay.
Isaiah, this is the way that, like, listen, let's be real. Like, we
Yeah.
know, like, this is for the path that you're going to be on. Like, you're going to have to link sooner than later.
Yeah.
You got to get to 10K sooner than later. So, like, you might as well.
And this will help you
Might as well
roster
do it.
date. This will help you roster date.
Ooh,
just-
that's what we
okay.
call in the business, TV, radio, movies, whatever you want to call it, news. We call that a tease. Usually there's music playing behind it, and usually it's a lot more evil story being said, like a murder or a robbery. Find out what happens on the other side of this break. But Shannon just did a tease, roster dating. That is something that we'll delve into more once we get into the icebreaker, guys.
Okay.
I got to bring back a classic, okay? Hope you guys have been exercising your mental muscles and your hand muscles as well. I need both of them up. I need all fingers up. It's never have I ever.
One.
First up, you guys don't need the rules, right? You understand how it works.
Yes.
I'm gonna say
Yes.
never have I ever something. If you have done it, put your finger down.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, or put 3 down. I don't know how many times you did it. Okay, first up, never have I ever been on multiple dates with multiple people in the same week.
I have not. Fingers goes down.
I don't think I have either.
Shannon.
Do you count virtual dates or virtual dates?
Yes. You count them.
Never have I ever been on multiple dates with multiple people.
I think COVID doesn't count because everybody was doing that during
Shannon.
COVID with the apps. What?
Nobody mad that you was putting in work online. You'll give them bumble around for their money. Nobody mad.
Please go to the next question.
Never have I ever let my pettiness cause an end to the relationship.
Oh man.
Hmm.
Shannon finger did not budge.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
trying to because it's been
All
such
right.
a long time. I don't think so. I don't think that I have ever. No, I will say no.
All right, so we're tied up. Okay, we're still out of heathen level. We're walking with God fully level. Okay, all right. I like it. Never have I ever put somebody in the friend zone.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Boy,
an
hey,
unfair
boy, that boy
question.
put down 2 fingers. That's what I'm talking about, Isaiah.
No, I put down one. I do put people.
Okay, you doing it weird. We got your thumb in your finger.
Okay,
Is that more,
okay,
is that more comfortable? No. Is that comfortable? Okay, do it the way you want to. My bad. That finger. Okay. Are you? Oh, okay. Oh, we got 2 down there too. Okay, I just want to make sure you was kind of slick with that. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Because I value my friendships.
Oh
Never
my God,
have I
can't.
ever started quiet dating, quiet flirting with your next relationship while you were in a relationship still.
Oh, I can't say that. Okay, because this is a long
me
time
up
ago. No,
Before you go.
Shannon.
it's a long time ago. Back in the day, I do not do that now because I
Wait.
feel like you should end things cleanly, and I don't want to talk anymore about that.
Okay, that's fine. You know what I mean? I said you put a whole hand down?
No, my finger's up.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
No, got that
Wait
hand
a
down. I was like,
second.
yeah,
Wait a
bruh.
second. So you're saying that you never ever started quiet dating somebody while you were in a relationship?
No, have not, never.
Have you ever cheated on anybody?
No.
You know what quiet dating? Okay, quiet dating can be, like I said, that's why I put flirting in there as well. Can be starting to lay the seed down. Hey, your hands are up. We've moved on to the next one. So if you lied, it'll
I'm
come
not
out
lying.
later when someone
Shannon.
gets in the YouTube comments.
Shannon, you know I'm loyal. You
Next
know I'm
up.
loyal.
Never have I ever been in a relationship with a coworker.
Yeah, I never
Look
did.
at y'all company policies.
Oh, Shannon going. Ooh,
I was
HR.
Way
young.
back in 99,
I was- yeah, back in the day.
99, baby.
Back in the day.
Shannon.
Hey.
I was working at Disney World. That's so long ago.
You sound like you was fun when you was younger. What
I
happened?
used to be fun.
What did they do to you?
Bills.
I became a
Never have I ever dated 2 people in the same friend group. It doesn't have to be at the same time, just in
No.
the same friend group.
Yeah, no.
Now come on now, I know it. I know our house of worship. Now come on now, calm down.
My pettiness
That's
won't let me
Isaiah.
do it. My pettiness won't let me do it.
But I'm sitting here thinking, like, I don't think I've ever done that.
Okay, we good.
How about you, Brian?
Some honesty.
Okay.
6 to 8.
But Isaiah's a liar, but go ahead.
There you go. Never have I ever, Isaiah. You can't rebut. Too late. All right. Never have I ever been in a relationship with someone from church.
I mean, I have dated somebody in church, right?
Man, put your finger down, man.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever dated somebody in church.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, right. I don't think I
I don't know
have.
enough about you. So
well, what? Because the Holy Spirit won't let you ruin somebody's life.
Or why is it got to be ruining their
Oh, I'm
life?
sorry.
If I date them.
That came out the wrong way. My
yeah,
bad.
oh, did it? Because I feel like that's exactly what you mean. If I date somebody, then I'll ruin their life.
No.
Okay, you see?
You a prize.
Never have I ever. Let's see.
Don't try to
Never
mess it
have
up
I
now.
ever had a serious relationship with someone who you weren't initially interested in. Do I need to ask that again?
Oh, yeah,
Okay, you
no.
got that.
Yeah, no. I mean, totally. I totally have.
Okay. Isaiah's like, no.
No, I mean,
Isaiah's like,
I don't date that much. So
never have I ever let God lead a dating relationship from beginning to end for me.
no, I mean, what? So if God did lead a relationship, I put my finger down.
Mhm.
Nah, I was in my flesh most times.
I don't. Is that? Okay.
You said most times, so one time it wasn't.
I think it was God, but the results said I was in my flesh.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
I don't know. I feel like for the most part, yes, but I was still in there. I mean, I'm still there. So I can't say that because I'm still human. Like I'm still gonna try to take the reins or whatever.
Is your whole hand down? Is that?
I have a whole hand down. Yeah.
Save a Lord.
No, but you
save her.
also didn't date somebody that you weren't initially attracted to. So don't be proud of yourself.
Yeah, see, I switched it up. It ain't just straight heathen level, even though most of these, heathen level. Okay,
How about
next up.
that?
Never have I ever, and final one, kept somebody on your roster that you weren't into, but they made you feel good with their attention.
Oh.
You kept it around because they made you feel good.
I like being light, but I don't leave people. Oh no, my finger's staying up. Can you help? Nah, my finger's staying up.
Okay, we got some stand up.
Shannon, put your finger down. You know.
No, I don't, because I don't like being led on. I will not lead people on, not purposely.
I am a nice guy. Some people do.
But no,
that.
I don't think you're telling the truth on that one.
Who?
What about painting with a twist?
Wake me up before you go.
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't leave her
on. By the way.
I mean,
You kept her around way longer.
I wanted a attractive friend that I didn't want to be with. Yes. I saw that. My finger's down.
You feel the love tonight.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
I still want an attractive friend that I don't want to date.
That's
And
it for never have I ever. By the way,
nobody likes to be the person, because some guys are just like, they like to be liked, and so they'll keep you in their atmosphere even though they don't want you. And
Listen,
so I don't
man.
want to do that to anybody.
Yes.
Listen, man.
What?
Every woman needs her own Splackavelli.
Really?
I know you two say that in '97.
No.
You know that song, but I'm just saying.
No.
I think you're trying to get a record deal.
I wish, right? I mean, but not the way that you gotta, put spells on
Right.
the song. Like, but boy,
Sprinkle blood.
if they can just, if I can, all
Not
the
be a
rituals,
warlock?
if I can just put it all
Right.
to the side and get the check,
Diddy
I'll
take
back
you
around saying
shopping.
for somebody.
What?
P. Diddy will take you shopping. Don't worry about that.
I don't know about that one. All right, guys. I know that ran a little long, but that was a lot of fun. Hopefully, it wasn't as stressful as last time.
It was stressful.
It wasn't as honest as last time either. But I'm just saying, I hope it wasn't as stressful. All right, so let's get into today's topic. Just gonna hit you straight with it. Should you be pursuing more than one person at a time when you're trying to find a serious relationship?
Okay, so what do you mean by pursue? Do you mean like pursue? Do you mean like dating? Do you mean like what is your delineation for pursuing? Because I'm thinking like, okay, could that be like just a list? Like, what do you think, Isaiah? Like, what is that? What does that question mean?
First, what do you mean by Delaney?
You need to delineation, separate.
I'm
like,
joking.
what's
I
the
know
difference?
that. I can't say it, but I know what it means.
Okay.
What was the question? What did you ask me?
I asked, like, what's the difference? What's the difference?
I
Is it
think-
pursue? Is pursue dating? Is that what we're talking about here?
I mean, it's a stage before you date somebody. Whatever stage that is, like
So is that just hanging out?
hanging out, whatever that is, I think that's fair game.
When you come over to the house, are we dating?
No, we're friends. That's different.
That boy was resolute. You hear me? That boy.
Shannon.
His spine
wait,
straightened
wait.
up.
I'm trying to get you,
You
to
better
define.
know.
I'm trying to get you to
Shannon.
define.
Okay, yes.
He was
Do
like,
you ever-
nope.
Shannon.
Yeah.
Like in Friday, when what's his name? When what's his name's dad? Rez's dad came up to Debo. It was like yelling at him or whatever. Was just like, you give him this stuff back or whatever. And what's up, old man? You want some of this too? And he was like, nope.
yeah.
Like, I was like, say this stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
No, can I be honest? Shannon, you have never invited me to your house to hang out. I always came in a group or we had business.
Because that would be weird if I called you to
So
hang
how can
out.
we-
That to me, that would be dating.
Yes, that will be dating.
But even if like we go like, oh yeah, we always have an agenda, so that we can define dating as actually. So so when we talk about this question, we're talking about pursuing hanging out. When you're hanging out and you
Yeah.
haven't said you're the one for me, right? Is that what we're talking about?
But
Is that what we're
if-
saying?
But I think if I'm getting to know a person, I want to get to know more than one person at a time.
Talk to him now.
So yeah, if we're in a friend group or we're in a group, and I'm like, hey, and I catch and we sit by each other a few times. I was like, how your day going?
But that's information gathering. That's not necessarily pursuing.
I want to gather some information on
So
somebody else.
let's back up. What's the difference between pursuing and dating? How about y'all start there,
Okay.
and then you can.
I think
maybe
pursuing is
unpack.
like Christianese. Do they use pursuing out there in the world? Y'all just got saved. What y'all say?
You tell me. You've been saved longer. You should know the whole book since I just got there. You tell me.
Y'all just accept the Lord. So tell me about what y'all say. Do people in the world still say pursue? Do you pursue a woman in the world?
I think that's a word that people use, or getting to know you, or we're talking, like that kind of thing. Maybe what we should say, instead of pursuing, we say, is it okay to talk to more than one person at a time?
This
Like,
is the way I feel.
meaning that they know you're talking to them. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I think that's pursuing too, right? Like,
There's a lot of nuances in this speech.
there is.
Let me tell you about me though.
Okay.
It was this woman. I think, for one, you should be able to talk to multiple people because you don't know which one the Lord has for you. You could be wrong. You could say, this is the one, and you could be dead wrong and say, nah, bruh, keep looking. But we so blinded and we see through the glass dimly that we miss it. So I'm like, hey, Lord, I'm giving a lot of options for you to choose from. Let me know what's happening. Because it was one time, y'all know this girl, that the one of the few women I did date or try to date, I was like madly in like with this woman. Like, when it came to like, she was the one. I thought God told me like this is her. Because one time I was like, Lord, this girl she doesn't never reach out to me, never calls me. I said, Lord, if that's my wife, have her call me. 3 minutes later, that phone rang. She on the phone. I'm like,
But how do you know that wasn't, on a side note, how do you know that wasn't your wife and she didn't obey? She wasn't obedient to the Lord.
well, that's how I know, because she wasn't my wife. If she was my wife,
would
she
have
would
been
have
obedient to the Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so I'm pursuing this woman hard time. Everybody asks me about what's happening. I said, man, I found the one. She what I like. She exactly what I like. She kind of superficial spiritual. She ain't too deep. She ain't too deep, but she look like she can be deep if you squint one eye, and that's the way I like it sometimes.
Why did you get with somebody who didn't? You felt like they weren't a good dancer. That's not important to you.
Well,
She
you
was.
be carrying
I thought
the
she
load
was
that
real
way.
pretty.
You be carrying the load so hard on that one. You
Yeah.
just be like,
Do
you
you
sit down.
remember?
I'm dancing with other people.
Right.
You just gonna have to be understanding. Well, that was a.
She kind of danced like a Charlie Brown character, but
Yeah, she did.
but
That's crazy because she did.
But it was other women that I was attracted to, but I thought this was the one.
Like who?
It was this one. I'm supposed to drop a name? Okay, it's this one
What it
girl.
start with?
Exactly.
What it start
I was
with?
picking up for Brian.
Okay.
What it start with?
A letter in the alphabet.
Oh, you thought that was slick. You thought that was real good.
Ain't no
didn't you?
shame in my game. Starts with a C. Start with a C.
Just in case she's still out there.
Hey,
It started with a C. She know who she is.
Okay. Hey.
When I first met when I first met this one lady, we was in our single small group.
Mm-hmm.
I was making small talk to her.
Yeah, you were.
Then I catch her walking to her car. Every time I see her, I catch up with her.
Yeah, you did.
And my game was real weak. I asked her how her week
Yeah, it was.
Every week, how your week was. I got tired of asking about how her week.
Why didn't you think of something else to ask?
Yeah, 7 days.
I know, to come up with something in a little notebook, put in your phone.
I didn't think that. I didn't know, Shannon. I didn't, because you weren't my friend then. So,
No, I was trying to be your friend, but you were just like, you got facilitated. But anyway, go ahead with your story.
So I got tired of not knowing what to say, so I let her be.
Yeah, but when we went to Costa Rica, she was in your face, and you were just like, I like her.
So hold on.
That was a good impersonation, by the
Why
way.
do you always even take me outside like I just escaped for freedom? Like I'm headed to the north.
You told me it was a real representation when you said you went back to listen. You were just like, oh, yeah, Shannon did it right.
But in the moment, it don't sound right.
Right.
It don't feel right. In the moment, it don't feel right. But anyway.
He said that though, and I have a picture of them. It'll come up in my memory sometimes. I'm like, oh,
Of
they were
those
so
two?
in Costa Rica, and I'm like, oh, they
So,
were so
it
cute
does work.
together.
We was
does
in Costa
work.
Rica on a
Yeah.
missions trip, newly singled, but I'm head over heels on this one girl, and everybody asks, how you doing? I'm like, my wife back in Jacksonville. You know, I keep hyping the girl up. What's up? I keep talking about it in front of this girl's face. Kind of let her know that, you know, it ain't gonna happen. But I'm petty because she dated somebody else. Once I started like pursuing her, she dated someone else, and then I was kind of petty, like, oh, that's what you get. But hey, and
You wanted all the attention, sir.
I know, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. How people want people to like them, but they don't have to like them.
So
But go ahead.
my whole point is, I knew that girl, the girl that was back in the States was supposed to be my wife because I was really attracted to her. And I'm like, you know what? That's my wife. I'm gonna make it happen. Put all my focus on this one. But if I was more open minded, I would have got to know that one girl in Costa Rica.
So if you had pulled back on one and like been more open to the other, like treated them the same,
Yes,
you feel
treated
like
them the
you
same.
would have had like more like a more correct vision.
Yes. Instead of tunnel vision and be dead wrong.
I've been a 1-2 punch, bro. I would have been over here and been like, you know, I don't get the one, but you know, the other one, it makes up for it, bro. I was
Tell
like,
you the truth.
you really out here in these celebration streets.
Yeah.
Oh, you dropping names of churches?
Man, celebration got
3
45
million
million.
people.
Yeah, like,
And the people who went there when we were going there
Yeah.
don't even go there anymore.
yeah, man.
Okay.
So,
Those dynasties are over with.
But the
They've been overturned. There's been a coup formed.
So my whole point is, no, if you're going to be in a committed relationship, be committed in a relationship. But if it's nothing's defined, get to know people and let the Lord lead you by the Holy Spirit. But don't do it in your flesh. Because I think I was in my flesh. I'm like, nope, this the one. I was trying to muscle it in. I'm like, I'm going to make this happen. And by the Lord grace, it did not happen. And I could have let somebody great go. But, you know.
It's very mature.
yeah,
How
that
about-
is very mature.
How about you, Shannon?
Well, I was thinking about this weekend. I know, and I was just like, you know, I feel like I have 2 different perspectives, and I'm actually considering like maybe I should think differently about it because I feel like on dating apps, like it's just assumed that you are roster dating. Like it just everybody knows.
What's
Everybody's talking
roster
to everybody.
dating? Were you dating a Rastafarian? What's that mean?
No, like with the roster. Like, okay, so I found this article. Funny you should ask. So now I can talk about it without like somebody being like it's boring. But
Oh,
I
his
found
eyes
this.
gonna glaze over.
What?
I'm looking right now. Look, it's already moving. Make it quick. Make
That's
it snappy.
so annoying.
Make it snappy.
I found this archived article on Huffington Post.
I'm just playing. Go ahead, Chad.
It was actually really good because it's this lady. She's a PhD and she's an Olympian and she's like a coach to kind of like high performance people. And she wrote this article. It's called "Ladies Want to Date Like a Man, Get a Roster." And so basically what she was saying was that, you know, men do this thing where they date around, like, and they just kind of like get to know people or whatever. But women, we only want to invest our time in one person, and we feel like we'll get the fruits of our labor if we invest in this one person. Well, she was saying like men actually aren't wrong. So here, women invest their time into one man, hoping he's the one. Men date several people, hoping to find the one, and they're not necessarily looking for a relationship. And the article pretty much states, hey, they're not wrong, but you need to do it too. And so basically she said roster dating is, she likened it to a hockey team. She said that you should have a center, which should be like the one, you know, like the guy that you really, really like. And then like 2, I think strong forwards, she called them or something like that. And then she said, I can tell you right now what else she
Shannon,
said.
we don't care. We don't know the hockey.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, and then she said you have a goalie at the end, the guy who's really into you, but you're not into him. You know what I mean? So anyway, so it's a different way of thinking about it because that's what men do too. And, you know, maybe not such a bad idea. I think that on apps, I do that anyway because I feel like the level set, the assumption is that everybody is doing that. Don't you guys think that?
Yes, but last week I think you declared you're off of social media dating. I mean, not social.
No, but you're
online
not. Let
dating.
me finish. Let me finish. Let me say something. Let me
I
talk.
thought you
Whenever
asked
she
the-
does
I thought
that,
you
I
asked the
called her.
question. You said it right with a question mark. That man start responding, and you like, let me finish.
He's
When she
answering the wrong
said, "Let me
question.
finish," I mean, I got her. She's just trying to backpedal
Well,
now.
no. So I want to tell you, like, basically with this whole thing about roster dating. So I feel like if you are on social media, on apps, then it is like the expectation that you are talking to several people at one time because that's like the platform. But in person, since I am not on any apps right now, I'm just like, oh, maybe that is something I should actually think about. But one of the things this woman says is that it's exhausting to be talking to all these people at one time. And I will say, even being on an app and trying to talk to all these people at one time, it was so exhausting because I was trying to go to school at the same time.
Ooh.
And go to therapy and go to work.
She's trying to show everybody she's well-rounded. Look at her.
It can't be because you're not a man. Now that ain't gonna be popular, right? That ain't gonna be popular to say that it's exhausting because you're a lady, and maybe if this alleged fairy tale of an article from this PhD, like somehow 99% of women, all they want to do is deal with one guy. Like what? I'll let you finish because that's just like, name me a woman under 40 that hasn't been like understanding that they could get multiple attention from multiple men and have a nice guy on their roster, and they may not call it that since they turned 16. Huh?
I know a lot of women who date one person at a time.
Okay.
Are
Tell
they
me the
married?
woman under 40 that didn't understand that they could have a roster from high school on.
Well, I mean, I don't know about that.
Give me a percentage that warrants this article where it says, well, men do this, but women need to hop on board. Women leading the way. I don't know what stat she has. I don't know her name. Congratulations on the PhD, I guess because that gives some validity. I throw out MBA every now and then just because if they start talking about business, but then don't ask me no questions. You know what I mean? Don't ask me no questions. But like, come on, man. Like, knock that off. Like, yes, everybody date like that. But like, again, I don't like the way that it's framed. Like, men just do this. So women jump on. But women are leading the way on that. Ladies are leading the way on that.
I don't know that.
Shannon, let me ask you this. You being a woman in this world, how do you feel about being on somebody's roster?
Okay, so good question. Also, I personally feel like this. Have a roster, okay? I get it. Have a roster. But I don't need to know about your roster. I don't want to know about your roster. I just don't. Especially if my friends are also on your roster. I feel like,
They're cold-blooded. They're cold-blooded out here.
Beans, because Bobo got to talk. Bobo got to talk.
We already talked about this.
Bobo got to talk.
Go ahead, so I can
Bobo
say what I
gotta
need
talk.
to say. Who is Bobo?
That's
Here we
gonna be
go.
episode.
Shannon. Shannon is attracted to a person. They're both attracted to one another, but my friend is very vocal on everything. He tell it like it is.
Oh.
So he has let it known being in the past that he finds women attractive. A Christian man that finds women attractive. How dare he? And Shannon takes offense to that. And the only reason they're not together is because pettiness.
Listen to this twisted argument. That is not what happened. I'm so sorry. If you're sitting there saying like, oh, Shannon, you're on the list, but so is she, and so is she, and so is she. I'm just like, well, you can keep your list because I will have a list that you are not on. I feel like this. Here's the one. Okay, so I pulled up Song of Solomon because I was like, I knew that you were going to say something like that. One of y'all was going to say something like, hey, well, what about this person or whatever? That's petty
I wouldn't have
or
done
whatever.
that. I wouldn't have done it on so one-sided, but it makes for good podcast. So I'm glad that
I
he
know,
left
very
out. He left out so
polarizing.
much. So
I
I'm
know,
glad.
he
That was
really
good.
did.
That was good, Isaiah.
It was very polarizing because we were literally, you weren't there. We were literally at dinner like 3 weeks ago, and
You wasn't
huh?
He was there.
You
No, I
wasn't
wasn't.
there.
At his dinner?
No,
No.
not at his. It was the one before.
At her/my dinner. Oh, go ahead.
Shut up.
Yeah, okay.
But it was at your dinner. And so that person was just, because somebody, I think it was you who asked the question, like, oh, is anybody here on your roster? No, who's on your roster?
I sure did.
And like,
Let
that
'em
person
know.
was just like, oh, there are a couple people here right now. And I'm like, well, there you go. These people are my friends. Like, I'm sorry.
But Shannon,
what?
Well, what? I wasn't there. He could have been alluding to you. And Shannon,
He looked all the way over here and was like, "You, I'm on there right now." He did, and so I wanted to share with you guys. This is from
not a great impersonation of his laugh.
Oh yeah, he doesn't laugh like that.
That's
But
why I'm
I
letting you know
just,
that.
but you disguise his identity, but when you imitate me, it's spot on.
It's a lot better. I think she does that more though. She does an impersonation of you more, so it is closer though. I'm not gonna lie to you. That I don't like that. Look, I don't like that. That you do be sound like that when we point out somebody.
I don't like that.
Like when we were at the deli and the group walked by and you wasn't feeling them, your face sounded the way that she said that.
I don't like
but then when the Pearl Pub, when the snow bunnies that was drinking and biking,
yeah,
it
was just like, yeah. What? Look at him grinning. He can't help it.
No.
Grinning.
I'll take it out. I don't want to put you on Front Street. I'll take it out.
What do thus says? Don't put it out. We might get a like. What
See,
thus says the
he
Lord?
can start roster dating. But see,
What
this is
thus
what
says the
women
Lord?
want. Listen to this. Okay, so this is a perfect example. So the author, we all know, because people are like Solomon wrote Song of Songs, but he might have been writing from somebody else's perspective. It doesn't matter. We know that Solomon was the head roster dater. He was the head roster dater.
The first super freak.
Yuck. But yes. So his dad might have been. Because his dad has some wives too, like all that going on. But anyway,
you wanted to see some people in heaven. You wanted to see some people in heaven. And they're just like, nah, let them in, shake their hand, let them, fall at the feet of the saint. Like, let them do that. But afterwards, though, before you go take your first bite at the table, come see me about some things. Anyway, go ahead, Shannon. I'm sorry.
I love David. I think David's great.
No, don't do it. Not now. Not now. They like, nah. We good, fam. We good. You ain't having. Hey, what's the worst I can do? But we were gonna have a talk. All right, go ahead, Shannon. I'm sorry.
But my point is that Solomon was a roster dater, but the woman that he's talking about in Song of Songs was not. She got found. And listen to this. It's so good. Okay, this is Song of Songs. See, look at him. He doesn't want to hear it.
It glazes up.
But listen to what he says. He says, Lord, he's doing this to your word, Lord.
Yo, my bad.
He's doing this to your word, Jesus.
Say it.
He says, I liken you, my darling, to a mare among Pharaoh's chariot horses. Your cheeks are beautiful with earrings, your neck with strings of jewels.
Hey!
We will make you earrings of... He's going to get her jewelry. He's going to Tiffany. We will make you earrings of gold, studded with silver. How beautiful you are, my darling. Oh, how beautiful your eyes are.
Now, Isaiah, you should have... This is what you should have said when you was meeting up with old girl in the parking lot week after week.
Oh, yeah.
You should have took that and been like, you look like a deer with the headlights, and we can go get some Tiffany's.
That's not what
or whatever she said.
I would have came like this. I'm like, you the last chicken breast on a buffet at Golden Corral.
Want that
just breathed over and picked over.
Vibration pickup line. Nobody wants that.
You the ham hock in my pot of greens.
You Popeye's chicken among Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
You make my cholesterol high. You keep my cholesterol, the LDL jumping. You hear me?
But
girl, you kill me.
But my point is that this is how I feel, and this is in the Bible. Women do, for me personally, this is how I feel. I understand that men are going to do this whole roster dating thing. I totally understand that that's how, y'all get down. However, for myself, I don't want to hear about it. When you're coming to me, I want to know, like, you're not comparing me to another woman. And that's what I love about this passage. It wasn't like he was just like, oh, you so fine and so is your sister and so are your friends. It's like, you know how the friends they also have a part in the Song of Solomon? He didn't say, oh, them girls too. Bring your friends too. It's like, no, I want to be special.
If he did, they would have still been down.
Okay, hold on, Shannon.
Tell me differently. Tell me
they would have been like, friends would have been down, but she might have been like,
Shulamite women that this man had to come across. Hold on. How many dark-skinned Shulamite women this man had to come across to get to this one? He probably had a thing for Shulamite women and dated a few and found out, you know what? I like the one that be working in the vineyard.
I feel like there's a lot of interpretation.
I know.
And extra being buttered on.
Because I'm trying to keep up with your evangelicalness.
What? No, that I don't know what that is. That's called.
You remember what I said about Shabbat, right? I feel like you done used some words and you about to go down the avenue now. It's
No,
gonna get serious.
I'm good.
It's gonna get serious.
Shannon, you're right.
Let this mean say
That's what I like right there.
But here we
That's
go.
what I
didn't say lie. I said I said it's gonna get serious. That's all I said, Isaiah. All right.
Last week I got cussed at and verbal beat up. I'm staying on her good side.
You don't know how to get on my good side. I don't know when the last time you've been on my good side, Isaiah.
That's fair. But I will say this.
See,
Final
you don't even care. Okay, final word. I'm sorry.
final thoughts. Final thoughts, guys.
My final thought is always this. Be led by the Lord. Give Jesus something to work with. You don't know. Let God reveal it to you. Get to know people. And when you do have a commitment, be committed. That's my final word. Seek the Lord. That's my final word.
Shannon?
That was so peanut butter. But I will tell you, my final word is basically, people can do what they want. And I'm even talking about people that, I could potentially be talking to. I don't want to know about that. When you are putting your attention on me, just let it be me. I don't need to think about all these other things. My final word is going to be one story. Y'all want to know what happened? So it's on the dating app, right? And I found somebody that I liked. We were linked up and it was great or whatever. And we got to the point where I was investing time in this person. I happened to go on the dating app actually to turn my profile off, and I saw that he had been on the dating app that same day. And so you know what I did? I very politely called him up and I was like, hey, how you doing? Some niceties. I noticed that you are on the app today. I need to know what this is because I'm investing a lot of time in this. And so that wrapped it up real good. He was like, you know what? I'm sorry. Yeah. No. It's you and me. Can I consider you my girlfriend? What's up? So when I saw that, I was like, no, I need clarity. What's happening right now? Because if I see you on that app, then that lets me know, oh, this is not serious.
There you go.
Wait.
That's my final word.
Okay,
Just
I
be
got
clear.
one more. Can I have
Be
one more
clear.
final word?
One more
Shannon?
final word. You're gonna take my time. Let's
Okay.
go, 'cause we gotta get
If
out.
my boy come correct, do he get a shot?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
If my friend come correct,
Oh,
you top of the
boy.
list. Can he get a
We're
shot?
closing the show.
do his good will.
Okay, go ahead.
Trust and obey.
There's no
Yeah.
better way.
To be happy.
Blank twice if it's a yes.
All right, so here we go. Great segment. Now this is one that we definitely got to double up again. Maybe
Yeah, we
you'll
gotta
save
come
it for a
back. The
future
panel,
episode.
maybe
oh
the
boy.
panel.
Oh boy, that'll be.
Woo, panel.
Yeah, but really good stuff from Isaiah and Shannon as usual. About 45 minutes in. Once again, if you have any comments, concerns, questions, thoughts,
Why trying to
things
sit
that
up
you
straight?
think would be good to talk about, or things that you disagree or agree with Shannon and Isaiah, or that article that paints men as the only one who roster date, leave a comment in the YouTube comment section, or hit us up on IG, hit us up on the YouTube. Email us tbdjax@gmail.com. Phone number 904-513-8597. Until next week, this has been TBD Podcast for Isaiah, Shannon. I'm Brian. I'll let you.